Be one of the healthier.
This video is brought to you by the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors and the San Diego Daily Transcript.
Hi everybody, George Chamberlain here, Executive Editor for the Daily Transcript, and guess what? It's time for The Scoop, brought to you by the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors, and I'm joined by the President of the organization, Leslie Kilpatrick. Leslie, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How's summer going?
It's going very well.
Yes.
It's going very well. Our prices are holding strong.
Let's go over the numbers. What we do on The Scoop, of course, is take a look at transactions and prices. So kind of give me a couple of the headlines, if you would.
I think that the prices have remained relatively flat. We went from $525 to $517 on the single-family detached. We have the median price is up over a year ago in both areas. The median price is slightly down over a month ago. The biggest thing people are talking about right now is that we did have a slowdown in the number of sales. So we're a little bit slower from last month and a lot slower than last year for the month of July.
You know what I've seen, though, Leslie, is almost by every measure, whether it's Case-Shiller, whether it's other types of reports that come out, San Diego continues to be one of the healthier and better markets in the country.
Absolutely, and we see that's coming because the other thing we look at is the number of days on market. And they're hanging around 40 days, which is a very swift time to move real estate historically. And so what we know from that is that properly priced homes will sell.
And we know that you don't have to go back very far to see a period of time when that length of time on the market, length of time to sell, was a much, much higher number.
Yeah, 3-4 months and more in some cases.
Yeah. Let's also talk a little bit, because I think there's a number of different things going on here as far as the inventory is concerned. We see that building a little bit, right?
It is, and we're up to 8,500. That's the highest in 2.5 years, but we have to keep it in perspective. That's still just about 3.3 months of inventory, which, when the rule of thumb is 6 months, a healthy market, that's still low inventory.
Yeah, I think we did this last month when we talked, but again, maybe folks need to kind of calm down in here and consider that this market is still doing very well. That having that little bit of extra inventory should help. We're moving into a couple months here that I have a hunch are going to be pretty busy.
I'm hoping so. I'm thinking so. It feels like that to those of us out in the market.
So we'll keep our fingers. And rates are we still have to mention rates are still extremely attractive.
It's funny every time I read a headline about the increase in rates hurting the market, and I look at them historically over the 35 years I've been in real estate and think, my goodness, people, you have such short-term memories.
So true. All right. The organization, Greater San Diego Association of Realtors, has been very active in the community on political affairs. And there's an issue that seems to be picking up a little momentum in here. And it comes from the city, and it's a climate action plan. Give us a couple of headlines on that, if you would.
Well, there are many points to it, and far too many for me to go into right now. But I'll tell you what worries us are some rather tough point-of-sale mandates that were included in the proposal. And so that's why we're speaking up now, while it is a proposal, so that we can deliver our message to the people that might enact this. And that is that point-of-sale mandates are extremely difficult. They hurt the market, they hurt the local economy, and the ones that they intend to place on sellers so that they're even able to sell their home is an absolute poor idea.
Give me an example.
Well, they're talking about making the greenhouse gas emissions footprint of the home reduced in order to be allowed to sell it. So this could mean things like brand new windows throughout the house, water heaters upgraded, insulation, lighting upgrades, heating and air conditioning. These are big ticket items. And what we're saying is that we sit across the kitchen table from the folks who need to sell their homes. And most sellers have an absolute need to sell their property. Many reasons: retiring, this is their entire nest egg, moving down into more easily managed homes. They cannot take care of the house anymore in some cases. Job loss, job transfer, divorces, all sorts of reasons. And then even the happy ones like new babies and growing families. I've never sat across from a seller who wasn't counting every penny that might come out of that transaction.
That's a great point. I had never really thought about that usually the decision to sell is based upon perhaps a life event.
Life events, life transitions, and needs.
Yeah. So you're just kind of, this has not been put on the docket for any immediate action. I know they're looking at this, but this is the time that realtors should be proactive.
This is the time we can speak up because we're stakeholders, we're a part of this community, and we just want to make sure that the human toll and economic cost is taken into account.
How do people comment with you and get in touch with the association?
Please, on our Facebook page. We'd love to invite all of our members to get involved in the conversation on Facebook.
Great. And that's readily available. Just go to the website, sdar.com, to get that Facebook address and other information as well. Leslie, always good to see you.
Thank you.
This has been The Scoop, brought to you by the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors.